income subscription figures. It should be 24. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us whilst we just get organised to deliver today's webinar. We're just letting a few more people in and we will commence very soon. All right, well, we will make a start. And as I said, good afternoon to all of you and welcome to Plant Health Australia's 2025-26 Annual Operational Plan webinar. I'm Sarah Corcoran, I'm the CEO of Plant Health Australia, coming to you from our Canberra office boardroom, and I'm joined by my executive management team, the broader PHA team and our board directors. We welcome our industry, government and associate members joining us online from across the country, and thank you all very much for being here today. Today I come to you from the Ngunnawal and Ngambri lands, and I'd like to acknowledge the various lands on which you all meet here today and pay my respects to elders past and present. I'm very pleased to present the draft annual operational plan and outline the work the PHA team will deliver during the next 12 months. This work directly aligns with the strategic priorities that are outlined in our 5-year strategic plan, and most importantly is focused on delivering tangible value to our members. In today's webinar, we will cover a few key areas. Firstly, I'll provide operating environment and governance context, then take you through the company financials and member subscriptions with a brief overview of our 5-year strategic plan, followed by a deeper dive into the activities planned for the 2025-26 AOP. And finally, we'll look at the timeline and process your feedback. During today's presentation, you are very welcome to place questions and comments in the chat, and we'll have time at the end to respond to them directly. And after today's webinar, we will provide you with a copy of the recording, the presentation slides and the draft AOP, and you'll have the opportunity to provide further feedback up until Friday, the 18th of April. As a not-for-profit limited by guarantee, the company's income and property must be applied solely towards promoting the objects and/or the purpose of the company. And our purpose is to strengthen Australia's plant biosecurity system for the benefit of the economy, environment and community. As the National Coordinator, we promote the benefits on a daily basis through the expertise and knowledge that our talented team brings, and work with our members and stakeholders to drive collaborative solutions that enhance biosecurity outcomes and ensure the system remains forward-looking and focused on practical results. This governance diagram will be familiar for some of you, and it's a great visual for outlining our structure and function with respect to the roles of our members, the board and PHA staff, as well as the formal reporting to and from members, the board and PHA staff through the CEO. Our constitution is the primary contract of company, board and members, and outlines PHA's objects, the role of the board, the criteria for directorship, how directors are appointed and their tenure. The board delegate responsibility to the CEO role for the day-to-day running of the company in conjunction with the PHA executive management team and all staff in order to deliver the strategy set by the board. The board is responsible for the overall governance, management and strategic direction of the company and for delivering accountable corporate performance in accordance with the organisation's goals and objectives. Director appointments occur biannually, and at PHA's annual general meeting on the 26th of November this year, the terms of 4 PHA directors will expire. To select new board members, Clause 24 of the Constitution requires the establishment of a board selection committee chaired by the chair or another PHA director appointed by the board. Mr. Jolyon Burnett has been appointed as chair for this upcoming process. The board selection committee is comprised of representatives from the Australian Government, the state and territory governments and 2 industry members approved in writing by all government and plant industry members respectively. Government representatives for the committee were recently agreed by the National Biosecurity Committee, and the industry representatives will be finalised through the Plant Industry Forum. Director applications are due to open in May ahead of the voting at the AGM in November. At the end of 2024, we embarked on a transformational organisational redesign that enhances our efficiencies, aligns our resourcing with strategic priorities and positions PHA to remain agile and resilient in the face of future challenges. The redesign was guided by critical priorities such as business development, income diversification, financial optimisation, strengthened partnerships, operational efficiencies, strategic growth of key programs, and commercialisation of communications and training offerings. These changes are now being implemented and are incorporated into the 2025-26 AOP. And if you'd like to know more, please reach out to myself or the EMT. Our member engagement activities provide multiple in-person and digital points of contact and work well in developing cohesive networks with and between members. Our formal member meetings include the annual operational plan webinar and consultation period, a minimum of 2 plant industry forum and government member forum meetings per year, and 2 members and 2 deed meetings per year. Every 2 years, we undertake a comprehensive member survey, which we are currently working on, and the survey is conducted by Kinetic, and you may also have been or will be contacted for a more in-depth feedback session by Bob Sloan. If you haven't completed the survey, we'd really appreciate your feedback, and you have until early April to complete it. We very much appreciate our members and are committed to maintaining ongoing opportunities for engagement in between survey timings. And to support this, we also have a dedicated feedback channel at membership@phau.com.au, which is the email address you can see on your screen. This is where you can share your thoughts, let us know how we're doing, and offer suggestions for improvement. And thank you to everyone who has provided feedback. We look forward to hearing more from you. We also maintain digital engagement daily across our social media platforms, which are X, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as monthly via our e-newsletter tendrils and news published on our website. And if you don't already, please follow us on our socials and subscribe to tendrils to ensure you receive the latest plant biosecurity news. The operating environment for biosecurity is one of increasing pressure from complex and evolving challenges, and it's critical for PHA to be agile in this rapidly changing landscape. Our operating environment is dynamic and fast-paced, and it's shaped by things like the shifting political and strategic priorities following recent and upcoming elections at state and federal level. These changes result in an evolving role of national coordination and require us to test and adjust our approach to ensure the focus remains on good biosecurity outcomes. For example, the outcomes of the Intergovernmental Agreement on Biosecurity 5-year review, which is yet to be released, are set to influence future policy directions. Whilst new pest detections, including the spread of varroa mite into Victoria and Queensland, and seasonal threats like brown mummierated stink bug, underscore the need for constant vigilance and a responsive system. At the same time, growing cybersecurity pressures require diligence in risk management and strengthened digital resilience across the sector. As PHA marks its 25th anniversary in April this year, we're reflecting on past achievements whilst preparing for the future, and we look forward to capturing insights through our member survey that is underway to ensure we remain aligned with your needs and priorities. Other key initiatives currently influencing the national biosecurity landscape include the rollout of the National Biosecurity Strategy Action Plan, the National Fire Ant Eradication Program, and ongoing efforts to manage the varroa mite incursion and transition to management. Central to these efforts is the Emergency Plant Pest Response Deed, which provides an effective pathway for parties, for both government and industry, to work together in eradicating unwanted exotic plant pests. We've also been navigating the new legislative framework for the Australian Agricultural Levies System that came into effect on the 1st of January this year. The disbursement of levies to organisations such as ours here at PHA is now included in the Primary Industries Levies and Charges Disbursement Act, and this change also includes changes to naming conventions for those levies. So the PHA levy is now referred to as the Biosecurity Activity Component, and the Emergency Plant Pest Response Levy is now called the Biosecurity Response Component. We continue to play a leadership role in this evolving landscape, ensuring that you, our members, are informed about the latest challenges and opportunities in plant biosecurity. Activities such as the development of the AOP in consultation with you allows the PHA team to develop a planned portfolio of work that progresses the strategic and operational priorities set out in the 2022-27 strategic plan. It also allows us to build capability in response to a changing operating environment. The AOP outlines how member subscription investments, supplemented by non-subscription income, fund activities that reinforce the national partnerships critical to the success of Australia's biosecurity system. Annual subscriptions are calculated on a 3-year average of local value of production figures, and these are published by the Australian Bureau of Statistics or the Australian Bureau of Agricultural and Resource Economics and Sciences, the ABARES, or if neither of these two options are available, a source that is deemed appropriate by PHA's directors. Our member subscriptions are calculated in accordance with the 3-year rolling average formula that's set out in the PHA Constitution. State and territory and plant industry member subscriptions vary annually due to the fluctuations in LVP for industries, which in turn affects the relative proportion for each member's contribution to subscriptions. As Australia's biosecurity landscape continues to evolve, PHA faces both risks and opportunities in strengthening the national system. Building capacity and capability across industry and government remains essential to ensure a skilled and responsive workforce. At the same time, maintaining social licence through increased community awareness and understanding of biosecurity is critical, particularly as ongoing cost of living pressures may affect public engagement and government investment in long-term biosecurity measures. The Emergency Plant Pest Response Deed continues to play a pivotal role in enabling coordinated responses. Each time that the deed is enacted, it presents a valuable opportunity to capture lessons learnt or improve aspects of its operation. As the custodian, PHA plays a key role in monitoring its application, reviewing associated processes and raising issues for the parties to consider. A number of formal recurring mechanisms are now in place to support reflection and continuous improvement based on operational experience, and these include the standalone debriefs following cost-shared incident responses, an annual debriefing forum held in May to review and discuss key outcomes from recent incidents, and biannual EPPRD signatories meetings in May and November, where we consider policy and procedural matters that relate to the deed. Together, these efforts present further opportunities for PHA to assist in building a skilled biosecurity workforce, increase biosecurity awareness, and coordinate response arrangements whilst enhancing trust, collaboration, and preparedness across the system. PHA remains committed to business growth driven by a strategic focus on expanding our capabilities to better support members and the broader plant biosecurity system. We're broadening our training offerings across the full biosecurity spectrum, drawing on PHA's subject matter expertise. These learning opportunities will be tailored to strengthen national capability and support workforce development across both government and industry. And at the same time, our marketing and communications team has expanded its capabilities and will leverage internal expertise to deliver national biosecurity campaigns for members. Through a tailored consultancy service, we are able to support members in developing targeted communication strategies to maximise reach, enhance impact, and ensure key messages and initiatives are effectively delivered and understood. A major milestone in our digital innovation agenda is the development of the EFAC software package that enables electronic versions of plant health assurance certificates. The new system will improve efficiency, reduce costs, minimise errors, and contribute to a strengthened domestic trade system. These developments reflect our commitment to continuous improvements and future-focused service delivery. The next few slides cover our sources of income and investment of funds, and all figures are publicly available in our corporate reports. The budgeted deficit for the current financial year is $32,192, and we have forecast a modest improvement with a deficit of $12,360 by 30 June of this year. For 2025-26, we're forecasting a deficit of $26,205. The implementation of our new enterprise resource planning system marks a significant step forward in strengthening our internal operations. This system will enable us to manage projects more efficiently by streamlining workflows and improving coordination, enhance data visibility for stakeholders, ensuring greater transparency and informed decision-making, increase operational efficiency by reducing data duplication and eliminating manual entry, improve financial monitoring and reporting, giving us a clearer picture of our overall position, and introduce industry standard controls that support accountability and best practice governance. Another key example of PHA's investment in corporate tools and national digital infrastructure is the rollout of the Essential 8 Cybersecurity Uplift project. Developed by the Australian Signals Directorate, the Essential 8 outlines a set of prioritised mitigation strategies designed to help organisations protect their IT networks from a wide range of cyber threats. PHA remains committed to strengthening our cybersecurity posture in line with government's best practices. Over the past year, we've made strong progress towards aligning with the E8 framework, and we are on track to achieve Maturity Level 3 by June of this year. Key achievements include improved security foundations through enhanced multi-factor authentication, application hardening and regular system patching, as well as recent penetration testing, which has informed targeted improvements with key findings already addressed to bolster system resilience. Cybersecurity is now embedded into our business as usual operations, ensuring it remains integral to both internal and external digital systems. For the remainder of the year, our focus will be on achieving full E8 compliance through continued investment in system hardening, security monitoring and business continuity planning. Recognising the importance of sustained funding, we are working to embed dedicated cybersecurity investment into our long-term digital strategy. We're also engaging with government and industry partners to ensure continued support for the protection of Australia's biosecurity data. Cybersecurity remains a top priority for us, and we are committed to enhance our capabilities to meet emerging threats as well as safeguard the integrity of our digital environment. Our total income for the 2025-26 year is provided in the following bar graph, which depicts a composition of 18% made up of subscriptions, 79% as non-subscription income, and other income from interest earned and cost recoveries making up the remaining 3% of the income for the business. Non-subscription income allows us to maintain staff and technical skills within PHA so that we can complement our subscription-funded work. Non-subscription funded projects also provide the ability to recover costs that would otherwise be paid for through the subscription income. Subscription income is evenly spread across the Commonwealth, the state and territory governments and plant industry members. And this year, after careful consideration, the board will recommend a 3.5% increase in annual membership subscriptions to the May 2025 general meeting. This adjustment will help PHA to keep pace with increased business costs and ensure the necessary investment in essential infrastructure. The change would mean an increase of $34,347 across our three membership categories, bringing the total subscription funding to $3.05 million, in addition to the $22,000 that we receive from our associate member subscriptions. At the November 2016 annual general meeting, PHA proposed that a subscription increase based on CPI would be presented annually to members in the future. However, there have been events such as bushfires, droughts, floods, and the impacts of COVID over subsequent years that saw the PHA board take a more conservative approach to subscription increase to minimise the financial pressure on members. To give you a sense of what subscriptions would look like had they increased by CPI since that time, they would be sitting at $3.29 million rather than the $3.05 million proposed. and shown in the graph before you. Over the 7-year period, a total of 1.1 million has been foregone income due to the gap between subscription increases against CPI. PHA continues to deliver quality projects and services through prudent management of resources. However, it has now reached a point where an increase in subscriptions is essential to maintain the highest standards as expected by our members. And in 2023, in collaboration with our members, we explored PHA's role as custodian of the Emergency Plant Pest Response Deed and its broader function within the National Plant Biosecurity System. These conversations helped to clarify and align our shared understanding of member expectations. Your feedback reinforced the value on PHA's contributions, ranging from policy development, advisory support, training and facilitation to our role as the trusted coordinator and impartial arbiter. Many of you described PHA as a central source of truth for plant biosecurity, particularly in maintaining corporate knowledge and clear, consistent communication. Importantly, there was strong support for us to not only continue these roles, but to build on them even further. This slide provides a breakdown of estimated income sources for the 2025-26 financial year, excluding interest. These figures may change before finalising the AOP, dependent on member feedback and negotiation of any other additional projects. Activities that benefit all members are funded from annual subscriptions and, as mentioned, are expected to make up 18% of our total income. In addition, PHA undertakes separately funded projects for individual members, groups of members and non-members, and these are budgeted to make up 79% of total income. This 79% comprises 70% of project funds coming from industry, which fund 153 projects, and the remaining 30% from the Commonwealth, states and territories funding 60 projects. Many of these non-sub-funded projects and programs support or underpin the entire biosecurity system, providing benefits to all PHA members. There are currently 23 industries with a Biosecurity Activity Levy, or PHA levy, in place, which contributes to enhanced biosecurity preparedness activities in addition to their annual subscription payments. Levy collections have shown steady year-on-year growth, with this year's collections exceeding those of the same period in previous years. We are anticipating that levy contributions will remain strong throughout the next financial year, and at the same time, we acknowledge the importance of working proactively with industries that have not yet established a PHA Biosecurity Activity Levy to ensure broader system support and sustainability. We also encourage our plant industry members who are yet to establish an EPPR Biosecurity Response Levy to consider establishing it as part of their preparedness for their industry, and we would be very pleased to hear from you if you're interested in progressing this. This slide shows that the investment from plant industries does continue to increase and funding for government-supported projects remains steady. As we embark on the 4th annual operational plan, under our 5-year strategic plan, our commitment to collaborate with members and stakeholders remains really strong. Our 3 strategic priorities reflect the foundation of a strong and resilient plant biosecurity system, one that is underpinned by effective and efficient response, recovery, and strengthened through connected strategies and partnerships, and empowered by data and technology to enable better decision-making and faster responses to biosecurity threats. Achieving the goals of our strat plan also requires a strong internal focus. We are committed to ensure PHA operates with robust governance, streamlined processes and impactful communication and engagement efforts that support the organisation's long-term sustainability and growth. These efforts are captured in our 2 operational priorities that are enhancing governance and administration and strengthening communication and engagement. Every year, halfway through the implementation of the AOP, we examine our progress up to the 31st of December and produce a mid-year performance report for members. This offers a snapshot of progress against deliverables. The progress is identified through traffic light coding, supported by brief comments against each key performance indicator. The 2024-25 mid-year performance report highlights strong progress across all program areas outlined in the current AOP, with the majority of our KPIs tracking well. We have one KPI related to the development of the member training strategy and program that has been marked as orange, indicating it is currently behind schedule, but we remain committed to progressing this work and are taking steps to bring it back on track in the second half of the reporting period. The latest mid-year performance report, the third under our 5-year strategic plan, has been published and it is available on our website and has been promoted via tendrils and socials. And the PHA team have accomplished a great deal over the past 6 months, and the results really do speak for themselves. And we will continue to operate with a high level of vigilance and future focus to drive member value and ensure our strategy delivers strong governance to improve rigour, minimise risk and deliver our role in maintaining a world-class plant health system for sustainable and profitable agricultural industries. You can visit our website or scan the QR code to read the report. Our AOP and accompanying webinar have been designed to clearly distinguish between subscription-funded and non-subscription funded activities. We hope that this provides clarity and confidence in how member subscriptions are managed, with a strong focus on accountability and targeted investment. Equally, all non-subscription projects are subject to the same level of scrutiny and evaluation to ensure alignment with our strategic priorities and their contribution to both company value and the broader national plant biosecurity system. I'll now walk you through the strategic and operational priority investments for the coming year. Of the 1.77 million expected to be invested in Strategic Priority 1, 81% will be funded from member subs. This is a significant breadth of activities funded through subscriptions that support delivery of the 4 actions that deliver this strategic priority. Initiatives under these actions include implementing the 2025 review of the Emergency Plant Pest Response Deed, improving awareness and capability of signatories to implement their responsibilities in respect of the EPPRD, actively supporting affected government and industry parties through major incidents, and facilitating and advancing timely improvements related to things like categorisation and normal commitments. For example, in the categorisation space, PHA is working with industry parties to better understand and update funding weights and impact ratings for pests such as brown marmorated stink bug. Similarly, we're working with the parties to improve the flexibility of the NMG's decision-making in respect to existing staff, which is a shift from where normal commitments have been agreed previously. Non-subscription projects under Strategic Priority 1 generally relate to training opportunities identified collaboratively with our members. In 2025-26, the following non-subscription activities are being implemented, and they are utilising the functionality of our e-learning biosecurity online training platform, or BOLT, to host contemporary e-learning courses that support adult learning, as well as delivering industry liaison training workshops in collaboration with state and territory governments and industry parties. Of the $10.1 million expected to be invested on this strategic priority, 5% will be funded from subscriptions and includes attending and participating in national committees and working groups to provide strategic and expert advice on plant biosecurity issues, developing and revising pest threat summaries for the melons, olive and pineapple industries, as well as developing and distributing articles for the Farm Biosecurity newsletter and industry publications. Non-subscription projects of strategic importance for PHA under Strategic Priority 2 include developing new partnership proposals to address biosecurity risks, developing continuity plans to enhance the management and preparedness of the vegetable industry as part of the Veg Watch program, and coordinating the delivery of Citrus Watch, Forest Watch Australia and the National Bee Pest Surveillance Program. This strategic priority, number 3, is funded entirely by non-subscription income to the expected value of $3.29 million. These non-sub-funded projects and programs underpin the entire biosecurity system, providing benefit to all PHA members. Critically, these projects retain expertise in the PHA workforce to continue to deliver innovative projects to support our members and subscription activities in response, preparedness and prevention. A large number of projects within this strategic priority are time limited, and we continue to identify and apply for funding opportunities as they arise to support the delivery of the 6 actions that support this priority. These non-subscription funded projects and programs include demonstrating the value of AUSPES Check to facilitate data sharing across government and industry programs to support market access outcomes and increase system usage. Identifying and evaluating new tools, emerging technologies and connections for users to value add to their data held in PHA digital systems, including opportunities for interoperability between the existing systems. Digitising the Interstate Certification Assurance Scheme with the EFAC system to refresh supporting paper-based processes and increase efficiency and traceability. Advancing cybersecurity and awareness and implementing the Essential 8 cybersecurity standards with targeted internal campaigns to bolster digital security across PHA's external digital systems. Improving service agreements and technical vendor management to ensure operational efficiency, value for money for funders, increased system reliability and future scalability. And finally, building and maintaining expertise in the surveillance and diagnostics of exotic plant pests remains critical to protecting Australia's economy and environment, and early detection and accurate diagnosis are essential to preventing their spread. National diagnostics and surveillance networks have been working to establish and refine consistent protocols for surveillance and diagnostics, ensuring rapid and coordinated responses when an exotic pest is detected. These national protocols are applied during emergency responses to ensure scientific rigour, consistency and confidence in diagnostic accuracy. An important component of this effort is the National Plant Health Proficiency Testing Program, coordinated through the National Plant Biosecurity Diagnostic Network, or the NIPIDN, which facilitates laboratory accreditation and supports the scientific integrity of plant pest diagnostics across the country. Over the past few years, the Plant Surveillance Network Australasia Pacific, or you may know it as PSNAP, and the NIPIDN have delivered valuable initiatives that support the strength and integrity of Australia's plant biosecurity system. However, their continuation beyond June this year remains uncertain, and we are actively working with the Commonwealth and jurisdictions through the Plant Health Committee to secure sustainable funding for these nationally cost-shared projects, which are critical to maintaining a coordinated and resilient biosecurity system. The budgeted expenditure for this operational priority is $791,000 that is funded from member subscriptions. This work includes the work programs and enabling services that are required to keep the company operational. It encompasses our corporate, legislative and compliance responsibilities and the requirements needed to maintain the business. Priorities for the coming year include developing and refining processes, documentation and training to support the enterprise resource planning system to maintain real-time reporting and address continuous improvements. Presenting PHA's 2025-26 budget and AOP to members and agreeing on annual membership subscriptions in the May 2025 general meeting. Maintaining adequate working capital and equity to ensure continued financial stability by reviewing the capital reserves. Meeting statutory compliance through annual financial audits and annual reports. Reviewing financial policies for operations in line with industry best practice. Enhancing effectiveness, efficiency and transparency of recruitment and induction processes. Maintaining frameworks for a safe working environment in accordance with legislative requirements and implementing an approach of continuous improvement based on our learnings and review of incidents. Supporting recruitment, equity and candidate care through the development and refinement of policies, procedures and other relevant materials, and extending opportunities for staff development, staff salary packaging and flexible work arrangements. The integration of finance, governance, marketing and communications functions within the corporate services team has increased cross-functional communication and collaboration, whilst refocusing efforts to ensure PHA is a robust company with effective and efficient processes that deliver good governance and management. Within this operational priority, the Corporate Services team also works diligently to ensure an open flow of relevant and timely information to the board for their decision-making and to enable them to fulfil their director obligations. This includes planning and preparation for all board meetings and workshops, as well as member meetings and company secretary support. The budgeted expenditure for this operational priority is $738,000 and is primarily funded from the member subs. For the coming year, we will be focusing on the following activities: ongoing implementation of the Communications and Engagement Plan, which includes the monthly edition of tendrils, proactive and reactive media relations, content generation for articles and our social media channels, corporate reporting and publications such as the AOP, the mid-year performance report, the annual report and this webinar, ongoing implementation of our internal communications strategy, updating the member information pack released in 2024 to articulate member benefits to assist with continuity of PHA knowledge across our member organisations, as well as maintaining member listings on the PHA website linked to their respective websites, and developing and implementing an annual training calendar for members to provide a framework for planning and training scheduled throughout the year. Development of the calendar will be informed by a gap analysis that will help identify member training needs and additional resources required. Our Marcoms team collaborates across PHA to provide communications support and deliverables for a range of projects, including the Farm by Security program, the Grains Farm by Security program and the National Fruit Fly Council and its associated events. The team also manages all related digital platforms and websites. Now, to enable you to provide comprehensive feedback on the AOP, consultation is extended until Friday the 18th of April, with the updated AOP earmarked for redistribution in May. If you do have feedback, we would appreciate if you could send it to that email address in front of you there, admin@phau.com.au, in order for us to compile it and incorporate it. Now that concludes the webinar, and I now welcome any questions or feedback that you may have. And if there aren't any questions immediately, as I said, you've always got that opportunity to contact us post-webinar once you've had a bit more time to think on it. All right. Well, thank you again for attending today's webinar, and a big thank you to my team for all of their hard work in its preparations. Tomorrow we will distribute an email to all the members that will provide links to the recording of today's webinar, the presentation and the draft AOP. So thank you, and thank you for feedback, and I look forward to seeing you at our May meetings, which we are holding in Adelaide this year from the 21st to the 22nd of May. And we look forward to seeing you all there. So have a good afternoon, everyone. Thanks again.